Along those same lines, Brian, how do you see both of these guys' timetable in terms of contributing?
He asked me about the timetable for how you guys fit in. We just had a couple of moments to speak before. We spent some time in Chicago. We talked a lot about the uncertainty with regard to our big men. I would tell you that we're getting close on a situation. I can't really talk too much about free agency, as you know. I'm prohibited from doing so. But there's a strong likelihood that we get Amir Johnson back in the fold. So that would answer at least one question. With respect to playing time, I think you know how we dealt with DeMar's development last year as a rookie. Some situations, some coaches don't play young players. They want them to develop off the court, but there's no better experience than being in an NBA game and getting the reps and getting the minutes and getting that experience. And the quicker the young players develop, the quicker the organization moves forward. And I can see both of these young men getting that opportunity, regardless of who comes back in free agency, and regardless of what the net impact of a sign and trade might bring. So having said that, you're talking about a talented young guy that can play the 4. You're talking about a talent at the 5. Both, I would say, more than anything, are very defensive-minded. Both rebounding and shot blocking comes naturally, and I would say offensively, their games are coming along or developing, each and every day. And we've got a great development program here with our guys. We're going to get the most out of what their skill set allows and their athleticism allows. And again, you're not talking about guys that haven't played high level of competitive basketball. But again, two things that we talk about all the time is protecting the rim and rebounding and having a presence in the paint defensively. I guess that's 3 things. But we have 2 players here that are going to address those very needs.
A lot was made on draft night of you not having a passport. How's that process going?
As you can see, I have one now. It took a couple of days. I had to go to D.C. to get one, but I have one now.
Was it stressful at all?
Not at all. Not at all.
And what impact did having a dad who played have on you in terms of understanding what it takes to play?
Just knowing the ins and outs of the league, like all the little things that if you don't play in the NBA that you just don't see, like just the lifestyle and just knowing what to do and what the coaches want and the organizations and just everything and just it's mostly the lifestyle.
And when you talk about lifestyle, what kind of a person is the organization getting? How do you see yourself as a human being, as a person? Not just as a basketball player, but what kind of person are you?
Just laid back. Just like to have fun. Still a kid, and I'm a business guy. Just real laid back.
What's your number, Ed? What number jersey do you like to wear?
32.
How about you, Solomon?
50.
50?
To either of you, does the idea that there is so much changeover, like if Chris Bosh leaves, does it appeal to you to come to a team where there's going to be a lot of minutes to be had, or does that seem like a good opportunity for you guys?
I feel that's always a good opportunity when you can come in and earn playing time and by working hard. So, I think it's a great opportunity.
Just like he said, I'm just going to stick to the system and work hard, and I'll work hard to make sure I earn my opportunity to play.
Brian, last year we saw DeMar start over 60 games. Mm-hmm. You've talked about how big men generally take a bit longer, but do you see a scenario where Ed or even Solomon could be starting this year, this many games, kind of like a DeMar did last year?
I think it really depends on what happens between now and the start of training camp, and that's really going to be a coaching decision. Obviously, we'll weigh in on that. We'll talk about the different types of things that you might see, and it depends on how quickly they come along. It's a little early to predict that. He hasn't even yet signed the contract, and the ink won't dry until sometime later today. But at the same time, big summer ahead for both. We're going to have an opportunity to pair them with DeMar and Sonny and Joey Dorsey in the Summer League. Sounds like a pretty exciting opportunity for us to be able to evaluate. We're looking forward to that. But you get them in the fold right away, and there's a lot of development that's going to take place between now and training camp. But I've got high hopes for both of them, just based on the opportunity that it appears is there, and also you're talking about two guys that played at a very high level. You know, the level that they come from collegiately is you know, as high as you can get. You know, Ed played in an NBA arena every night. You know, if you've ever been down to the Dean Dome, it's like being at an NBA game. So the environment won't affect them. And then obviously at Florida State, the competition that they're going up against on a daily basis is nightly basis is it's top flight. So I think their exposure to that type of scenarios, and Ed won a national championship in front of 80,000 people. I was among them, but was it 80,000? I've never seen anything like it, but you know, it's not like he hasn't been exposed. He's seen it all.